Hello everyone, this is Kushagra Kucheria, just another teenager. Ever since I was young, my brain had been taught that it's necessary for us to know what we want. As teenagers, everyone expects us to know everything about our future. They expect us to know everything about our next step. Only recently, I asked my father if it would be okay if I didn't attempt my science board exam. I was scared. I was anxious because the pressure of scoring well got onto me, just like every other teenager. My father surprisingly said that it's okay with me if you fail. But I had to go to the battleground. And it was on that day when I realized that my struggles as a teenager hit climax. As if it was not enough, the immediate question society popped up was, what have you planned for life? To which I think everyone expects that I would say, I have done this course, I will do my graduation over here, I'll try to get a job over here. But every time somebody asked me that question, I simply shrugged and said, I don't know yet. I don't have a plan yet. I don't know about you guys, but 95% of students in India do not know what they want to do. 25% of the students have their parents choose their career paths for them. And call me a fish in the sea, but I was one amongst the 95% of the students. Well, I always find it bothering when the relatives that I have never talked to came to me and asked me the only question I didn't have the answer to. When all my friends, all my peers came to me and asked me about the very decision that I wasn't able to make. It was after some time that I realized that it's, I will never know what exactly I want if I don't experience it, if I don't explore it. This comes at a cost. The cost is you don't have a foolproof plan of succeeding without failing. But yes, learning along the way leaves room for mistakes. You can back out whenever you think things are not going your way. You can back out whenever you think that these things are not favorable to me. Next, in this journey, there have been many distractions. There have been endless distractions, peer pressures, and the constant validation of society that handicaps one. In social media, there are overachievers having perfect bodies, traveling, and living life and partying. This is what a teenager sees and processes images to be reality. Now, everyone is happily talking about grades, about their dream colleges, and their aims, but nobody is talking about the failures that got them glory. Nobody is talking about their journey that they had to come through to be on this stage, and that is a big problem. OTT platforms where inappropriate content is just a click away. The peer pressures of owning a particular kind of lifestyle, going to fancy holiday destinations, throwing lavish birthday parties are quite common. Where the real problems like mental and emotional turmoils, self-esteem issues, are just being ignored. Now, many teenagers like me are already going through puberty and hormonal issues. But being unaware of toxic friendships and unhealthy relationships is normal. Nobody talks about these, and nobody talks about how our problems with self-esteem issues and overthinking are. Now, it's on the basis of maturity of a teen that he decides, he chooses, he selects what should affect him. There are multiple factors influencing the lives of teenagers, but nobody tells them, nobody gives them the room of mistakes. Nobody tells them that it's okay if you don't have it all figured out. I, myself, was afraid of taking a leap of faith because I feared the consequences. The more I tried to play safe, the more stagnant I became. It was after I found my role models and mentors. It was after I found these people I knew that it is fine to make mistakes. It is okay to be accountable. It is okay to take responsibility for your actions. If things don't go your way, bounce back way stronger. That's what matters. What matters here is progress. Nobody, nobody else would have said that. In this journey, there were three things that helped me. Number one was history. My grandmother narrated stories about valor and bravery of kings as old as 7. Number two was teen change makers. These people are in different categories such as sustainability, environment, and many other things. Now, I'm nowhere near them, but watching them reminds me to reach my full potential. Number three were the people around me. It is aptly said that your thoughts are influenced by everyone around you. By observing every person around me, I got to know that if I have to go on the other side as an adult, I have to have my share of experiencing the evolution of life. I've had the hassle of my own for figuring out, for planning every milestone, every timeline. And I must confess, I don't have a plan yet. Now, there is no prescribed manual for these things. Every teenager is different. Every teenager has their own question paper to solve. I'll say it's okay to make mistakes before you choose what's meant for you. It is okay to let your intuition guide you. It is okay to not answer all those questions. Now, it does not mean that you won't get there. It means it might take a little time for you to get there, but you must be prepared for where life takes you. That's what really matters. Sometimes we have planned for life, but life has better plans for us. What really matters is progress, bouncing back stronger if things didn't go our way. And at the end, I will say, be curious, make mistakes, learn from them, and never be afraid to bounce back. Thank you.